Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines, Dating a Filipina Course Part 14, which is the final part of our series. During these 14 episodes, you've had over 3 hours of content where I've given you a lot of information and tips on dating a Filipina, especially for the new guys going to the Philippines or looking to date a Filipina. All this information will certainly come in handy for you guys. And I hope for the guys that may be a little bit more experienced in the Philippines or dating a Filipina, this can always serve as a good refresher for you guys. So just in case you might be becoming complacent in certain areas. If you've found some value in this Dating a Filipina course and you've enjoyed it at some level, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. And if you know anyone who might be interested in dating a Filipina, then don't forget to share this video with them as well. So let's get on with the final part of Dating a Filipina course, which is about your new life together with your Filipina. So stay tuned. Now at this stage the wedding's done, you're now man and wife, you've had the reception and you've had your honeymoon. And all of a sudden now it's time for you to go back home and leave your Filipino wife in the Philippines until you can get the appropriate visas sorted out. And this can take some time, so this can be a quite challenging and difficult time after you guys get married. It's a very natural thing to most people in most countries. You get married and you're together. You live your life straight away together. But no, now you are still in the long distance relationship, but now with your wife instead of your girlfriend. Now, while you're going to obviously miss each other, it doesn't need to be a terrible time for you guys. You've done all the long distance stuff previously, so you know what's to expect and you know how to deal with all the situations, and you know how to keep in contact with each other and talk to each other to keep that relationship flowing and to keep that connection with your new wife. That's still very, very important to do all those things that you were doing before in the long distance relationship online. And for those that might be staying in the Philippines, so you might be moving to be with your new wife in the Philippines, retiring there or living there with her, then you need to get your paperwork sorted out with the Philippine government, or your visas and anything else that you need to be able to stay there on a more permanent basis. Don't forget about your health insurance. You either need to get that health insurance from your own country and pay that money for that, or go on to your wife's Phil Health insurance, which is not as comprehensive as what you'd get in the West, but it's still better than having nothing, and it's quite a lot cheaper than what you'd pay in the West as well. So for those of you who are bringing your new wife to your country, then you need to go home and you need to start to get the visa process sorted. Now in Australia where I live, that's called a partner visa, and in the US I believe it's a K1 visa, but I encourage you guys to do your own homework around this and find out exactly what visas are available for your wife and which one is going to suit you the best. You'll also need to have a look at those visas and decide whether you're able to complete them yourself or if you're going to need a migration agent to do it for you. Now, they can be quite in-depth and quite tricky, but I found, especially on the one here in Australia, I took my time, I did step by step, and I got there and I got it approved. But be aware, just because she's now your wife, it doesn't mean anything to the government. They still want to tick every little box and to make sure they've got every piece of documentation before they're going to approve to have her come to your country and live there with you as man and wife. And we did speak about the costs of bringing her to your country on these particular types of visas back in episode 2 of Dating a Filipina Course. So if you haven't watched that, I'd put this on hold now. go back and watch episode 2 so you understand what costs are involved at this point. Now, once you submit your application for either the K1 visa in America or the partner visa in Australia, it can take up to about 14 months to get approved. Now, that's here in Australia. I'm not sure on the time limits and how long it takes in America. Maybe some of our US friends can help us out in the comments below and let us know. But I do believe it would be some months, and maybe even as long as it is in Australia. I know with my wife it took around about 10 months to get it approved. So that wasn't too bad, because they were suggesting it could take up to 14 months. And as I say, the sooner you start on that process, the quicker it will get done, and the more information you give them, or the correct information you give them for what they're asking for. Be very, very careful in giving them that information to ensure that it is the right information, and that will also speed up the process a little bit, I'm sure. Now, at this point, I just want to say to all our friends in Europe and other parts of the world, I always talk about US and Australia because that's what I'm more familiar with. And I don't want to give any wrong information to you guys in your countries, because every country is different. So you guys need to really do your own research and homework about how to bring your Filipina to your country and what is involved once you're married. Now, what I would strongly suggest is that, look, if money's not a problem for you guys, then get a migration agent to do it. They will still ask you for all that paperwork stuff that you need to give them, but a good registered migration agent will know what it takes to get that visa across the line with whichever country that you're applying for, and they can be well worth the investment, especially if you're unsure about doing the visa paperwork. When you have a look at it, then that could be the way to go. Otherwise, if you're pretty confident that you can handle all the paperwork side of it and you can work through step by step, then maybe you want to have a go yourself. But remember, at the end of the day, if your visa gets rejected, then you may have lost several $1,000s, and then you might have to reapply again, which might mean taking the risk yourself to get that application done and approved on the second time, or spending extra money to get that migration agent anyway. So it's something to really think about and to work out for yourself which way you want to go in this very important part of the process. Now, getting that visa is obviously going to be a big part of your focus while you guys are apart, but don't forget each other either. As I say, you might want to have regular visits to the Philippines to be with her while this process is going on. As I say, if it takes 12 months, 14 months to get that approved, you guys are still going to need to spend time together as husband and wife. So that might mean you going to the Philippines every few months so you guys can be together and strengthen your relationship as man and wife. And again, guys, I'll say you're going to need to get cheap airfares, the best possible price on airfares. So I'll put the link in the description below for holidayescapetravel.com, where you will certainly get the best prices on airfares online anywhere in the world. So check it out, especially now you might be going back a few times waiting for the visa to be approved. And one last tip, and it's probably the biggest tip I can give you guys at this time, is don't neglect each other. I know you've got your work going on, you've probably got your family commitments, both of you, you're busy people, but don't neglect each other now that you're married. That's the important time. You're going to be apart, you're going to be missing each other, and understand that you really need to be both there to support each other at this difficult time, and really keep that communication open and the contact open over those difficult months. So guys, we've gone through 14 episodes over 3 hours of video time. We've looked at everything from pre-dating to dating to finally getting married. So you should be really prepared to go into this with your eyes open, knowing exactly what's coming and to handle any difficulties that may pop up along the way. And the beauty with this course is that I've put it all in one playlist on my YouTube channel. So just check the Dating a Filipina course playlist, and the whole 14 episodes will be there, so you can always come back and check out any of those episodes, or even all of those episodes again if you want. So it's there, very easy to find, and you can use that as a good reference point if needed. And I've got to say, I've really enjoyed bringing this Dating a Filipina course to you guys. I've really enjoyed making the series and giving all that information, and I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. If you have, don't forget to give a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video with anyone who may enjoy it, or all your networks, and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell for more videos. Okay guys, thanks very much for watching. I appreciate all your support. Take care, and bye for now.